we should be golden. Okay, no, I don't want to share the screen. Hello, folks. If you're listening to us on air, it's because we are getting things ready. So, hello, everyone. How are you doing? Are you having a good Tuesday?
I can't see anyone in here, but oh, here we go. Here's my link. It's good times. Do a little clicky.
Do a little click. Yes.
Yep. See anyone in here, but oh, here we go. Here's my link.
13 watching. Wow. Hello, everyone. Sorry we're late.
Hi, guys. Sorry. How did I miss this announcement? Because there was no announcement. That's why.
We did
struggles.
We did promote it. We did promote it on our social media.
Yes, we did.
We didn't. We had a Girls with Struggles moment. You know, it wouldn't be Girls with Sabers without a Girls with Struggles moment.
I'm gonna do a little correction. It was a girl with a struggle.
Hey now, don't rat me out. That's not fair.
It's out of love. And
tough love, baby. Tough love.
Struggled if I had to try to get this live stream up and running myself. But we're here now. Let us know if you can hear us, guys. Let us know.
You probably could hear me loud and clear there. Sorry, did I bust your eardrums?
No, I'm golden.
Okay, good.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much. It's our anniversary live stream part II. We had our channel anniversary on June 12th, and now it is our anniversary of our first video. So,
yay!
There's all sorts of celebrating.
Yes.
So,
our first published video. Yes,
it was our first podcast. Wow, a year ago.
That doesn't seem real to me.
I know.
It doesn't seem real.
Crazy.
It was like we had like 10 subscribers and like 70 views.
Which floored us.
We were like, someone's watching.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Oh my God, now all those 70 people need to subscribe. 60 more people.
And I mean, so if you were the initial part of those 60, 70 people, thank you. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. Just again, we'll say it, and we need to repeat we are thankful for each one of you, because this is a labor of love, and if it weren't for you listening, then it would just be a voice in the void of YouTube. So thank you.
Does it still sound like I'm on my phone?
I hope not.
Rural said it sounded like I was on my phone, so I'm trying to see if it doesn't sound like that anymore.
I adjusted my mic a little bit. Does that help the sound with her?
I'm in a room and I'm singing. I got some echo on your end, but
it's because I moved the mic. Okay. We just can't get a good comfortable place here with the mic today.
Yeah.
Okay. Rural Farm Boy says
now.
Okay.
Perfect.
So if Rural Farm Boy is good, we're good too.
Yep.
He's very reliable.
Yes, he is.
So how was your day, friend?
My day? Well, it was just another day in paradise, which means work, which means I hope my sarcasm's coming through. Other than that, it was a good day. Just another day. I survived. And Whoa, Yova. Rise of Skywalker 2 trailer will possibly be revealed on August at D23.
I've heard that too. I've also heard that
muy interesante.
That it will also premiere at the San Diego Comic-Con. So I've heard that rumor too.
We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, guys, tell us what your bet is. Do you think it's D23? Do you think it's Comic-Con? Or do you think it's in October with the Lion King trailer? Or do you think it's at another time, another date? I just say as soon as possible, because we just need more. We need more The Rise of Skywalker. I mean, they really need to just up the ante. Man, I'm on a gambling train of thought right now, but they really need to up the ante, because this is the last of this trilogy. And I just think they need to make a much ado Star Wars glorious entrance and have plenty of promotion and pictures and just things for the fandom to get excited about. I mean, just think of what Vanity Fair left us feeling. I think they need to do a little bit more of that.
All sorts of warm and fuzzy.
Yes. I mean, I'm not saying oversaturate it with promotion. They need to hold back a little bit, but they also need to give us some fan service. They need us to give us some Kylo Ren is what they need to give us.
Amen. JX Editor with a super chat. Thank you so much. Showed a friend The Last Jedi for the first time the other day. How did that go? I hope they loved it.
I want details.
Yes, give us deets. And thank you so much for the super chat. JX Editor, everyone go follow him. His edits are dope. So the reason we have all gathered here today is to celebrate our 1 year anniversary of our first video. Now, a lot of you have read our promo for this, and let us know what your favorite videos have been. That's a loaded question for me and Emrys.
But that's okay. We're a community. Just let's spill the tea on Girls with Sabers.
Right. Amy Showers coming in hot with a super chat. Thank you.
Did you lose Luthien too? Because I did. She says, "Tell it, sister. Give us more Kylo Ren now, please." I say yay to that.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you at all.
Oh, good times. Okay.
And if I can't hear you, they can't hear you.
They can't hear me.
So, sorry.
Anyway, Amy Showers, sorry I cut out. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Yes. Let's see.
Ooh, JX Editor, he loved it. He was loving it, but he was angry with Luke at first. About halfway through, he turned to me and said, "You know who I miss? Yoda." I drew the biggest grin. Loved the ending. Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
We have Alec back there in the comments saying that Kylo Ren Psychology, our series Kylo Ren Psychology, was one of his favorites. So thank you so much.
Dazzle said, "Reylo, the divine couple in Paradise Lost, is one of my faves."
Oh,
nice.
Was that sweating bullets to write? When you
that
deal with John Milton, you deal with one of the masters. You better get it right. My goodness.
Yeah, that was a beast.
That was
how many? Carissa says, "I can't pick. I love all your works."
Oh.
Kaylin says, "I love you girls. My favorite videos were your psychology and MBTI videos." Nice.
You know, I think Psychology of Kylo Ren is one of my favorite series too, because it came about so organically. We didn't sit down and say, "Okay, let's do a series on the psychology of Kylo Ren." We just started talking one-on-one with how much we love this character. And because we both have some backgrounds in psychology and human behavior, we can't help but talk and analyze the psychology of Kylo Ren. So I love it because it was just two fangirls talking about a character that they love so much.
And we had a few people say, "Well, this psychology, it isn't current. I mean, you have so many different letters now, and then things have merged." And we totally understand that. This is what we dealt with when we both studied it. And so we were coming at it from that angle. It's been a long time since we've both been in school studying it. So when we left, it was still this old way.
Well, they're thinking Myers-Briggs. What I studied under was Kersey.
Yeah.
And Kersey did the individual letters. What he believed was Myers-Briggs was more internal. So only the person who you were interpreting could tell you. Kersey believed that the psychology test should be on the outward. So absolute observed behaviors. And so that's why I like to apply Kersey, because especially with fictional characters, you actually get to see their action. Right. So to me, it's easier doing it that way than doing the Myers-Briggs way.
Yeah.
That was one thing I wish we would have made clearer in those videos. Yeah,
it's a little too late.
Yeah, it is. I can watch every single video.
Let's go back and redo them.
I can watch every single video and think of, oh gosh, I hate that. Oh, why did I say that? Yeah. No, ever stop.
Yep. Kate sent us a super chat. Love from Brazil.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, Kate. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've talked to so many people from around the world. It's been mind blowing, and it's felt really good actually, just knowing that we're hitting the globe. Girls with Sabers worldwide.
Yes, I love that.
Jenga. Oops, yeah.
I love that.
Kanga Jenga says, my favorites are your lightsaber color theory video and Kylo Ren psychology, particularly volume 5, The Prideful Gentleman, and just spent all day rewatching Divine Couple and Monomyth series. Oh!
FN1189 says, probably Monomyth of the Healer, pretty much a video dealing how Rey is not a flawless, badly written heroine are what I enjoyed the most from Girls with Sabers. Well, thank you, FN1189.
Thank you so much. Luna Rider says the Phoenix video was one of my favorites, and the ASMR reylo videos, especially the last one, were amazing. Oh!
Luthien, you have one of the most incredible voices for ASMR.
Oh, stop it.
I just have to say that because as I'm editing those things, I have to tell myself I cannot sleep right now because it's so soothing, because I have to work on it and I have to edit it and get it done. So
I can't remember who I sent it to, but as I sent it, I was listening to it and it relaxed me. So I've gotten a crash course in self-soothing. So they're like, oh my God. And my brother said, you should do books on tape. And I was like, I ain't nobody got time for books on tape. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, Audible will pay you.
That would be nice. Then I could quit that paradise job I have during the day. Thanks, Luna Rider. Bookworm Dazzle says the ones about Dante's Divine Comedy. Valerie McDonald says, I just made it in time.
Yay! So did I.
Yeah, so did Emrys. I love all, but definitely the Monomyth videos. Oh, yay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just still reading your comments. The parallels, Bookworm Dazzle, again, the parallels you guys made to Dante was so good. Island Dolphin, love your enthusiasm, jokes, and insights. Your videos are rewatchable. Oh, that's what we strive for.
Yes.
I find a lot of our views come from me just like watching them over and over.
Me too.
Oh, we just reached 100 views in 30 minutes. Half of that was me.
What happens, I always view it to make sure there's no glips or blurps through it. And then what happens is YouTube will just carry on and start watching the other ones. And by that time, I'm folding laundry or doing something else. And so it just plays.
Yep, everyone's saying worldwide. Alex says they actually use Big Five now, but the Jungian typology is fun for Star Wars. That's so true. It seems like Star Wars just was made to ooze Jungian typology.
Yeah, it certainly does.
More monomyth vids. Awesome. This old-fashioned life.
It's because
Love it.
Joseph Campbell studied young, and so of course,
yes, exactly. So
Star
it's
Wars
be
is going
with
to,
young.
yeah. And I just love Jungian archetypes. Just to me are just very steadfast in Star Wars and epics as well.
Jordan Davis says, I enjoyed when you talked about just how much of a knight Kylo is.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Oh, thanks, Luna. She said my voice is really good and moved her to tears. Oh,
see, I tell ya, it's magic.
Oh,
it's magic.
Oh, magic comes with price.
There you go. It was foretold.
Oh, Elizabeth Sanders really loved the language of duels. That was all Emrys. I think I edited a swatch of that script, and the rest was all Emrys. I mean, Emrys could gush and gush about my vocal prowess, but her writing prowess and her ability to edit a video and a podcast just blow me away. And our ASMR would really be nothing. Our videos, period, would be nothing without Emrys's writing and her ability to edit. And she has these visions. I mean, we'll get an idea for an ASMR or a video essay, and like this recent one we did where I read an excerpt from Jane Eyre, and she just said, oh, can you do this line? And then she reworked it a bit. And then she said, oh, if you can, nope, I already have music in mind. You don't need to find music. And she's like, no, I already got some visuals in mind. You don't need to do anything. Just record. I was like, okay. So I'm just as excited to see these videos, you guys, as you are. Because she's like, oh, do you want to see a little bit of an edit? And I was like, nope, I don't want to see it until it's all done, because then I just geek as much as you guys geek, because she's amazing. Absolutely amazing writer, amazing video editor. The ideas that come out of her head blow my mind.
Well,
every single time.
I'm about as red as a strawberry right now.
This is why we don't show our faces.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm literally all red from neck to up. Oh goodness. Thank you. I'm speechless. I am too.
You're welcome.
Breathe.
Okay, I'll move on to someone else.
Luna, you broke us.
Yeah. Casey Beltran says, my favorite video was Femininity and a Reylo Wedding.
Oh, that was so much fun to record.
Fun. That was so much fun.
We went full on girl fangirling, and it was glorious. Yes, it was glorious. And
Amy
again,
oops, go ahead.
Sorry, again, that wasn't planned. That was us just fangirling, and we had so much fun listening back to it. We were like, I was like, Luthien, do you want to make this a podcast? And she's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yep. Oh, those were the days. I mean, our first 4 or 5 podcasts came from one sit down, one recording session. And now, after a year, it's just, now we have a better system, but I look back at those times. It's probably simpler for me because you were doing all the work. I'm saying that because it was just so fresh. Like this was the first I had done anything like this. So you're like, no, I got it. And we didn't do much. We didn't have art. We just had our logo showing. So
and
there really wasn't much to do, and some screenshots. But other than that, we didn't have artists. We didn't showcase anything. And then after those initial few, we thought, wow, we really need to keep people's attention, and we need to tell this story that we're podcasting about. How can we do this? And we both have been gushing for months about fan art and all different types of Star Wars fan art. But we really wanted to showcase that, and it just morphed into what you guys see now in podcasts and video essays, where it hits all the senses.
Yeah.
Yep. Jared with a super chat. Thank you so much. What do you think if Rey is a clone of Shmi? I think this still leaves room for reylo. Rey must come to terms with her Skywalker Rey identity as she falls in love with Ben. I don't know if I want to, but I think it's poetic. That's a very good question, Jared, and thank you so much for your super chat. We love you. I'll take that first. I think the mind can't help but go down the avenue with Rey of what if she's a clone? What if she's a clone of Anakin? What if she's a clone of Shmi? What if she's a clone that was supposed to be the right hand of Palpatine or Snoke, whoever? I mean, there's so many possibilities. And I think this is plausible. And I do agree with you. I think it would be very poetic, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. If we find out she's a clone, I don't think it's going to be a clone of a Skywalker. It's not going to be a clone of Shmi. It's not going to be a clone of Anakin, because that just takes it into the realm of confusion, especially for children. Even for me, that would confuse the heck out of me for a hot second. So I don't think they're going to go that route. I think that's a lot of people trying to still find out, well, she's got to have a purpose. What's her purpose? Her purpose has always been to come from nothing, but be everything to Ben Solo. To rise up from the sand and be somebody. And that's the beautiful thing about Rey, is that her beginnings were so dire and so poor. Yet now she is half of the savior of the galaxy. I mean, that is poetic in of itself, and it's very beautiful. So as far as plausibility, it's plausible. And if done right, it wouldn't bother me, but I don't see it happening. So I hope that kind of answered the question as far as Luthien answering that question goes.
You're waiting for me?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's really, it's kind of confusing, because it would be like Ben marrying his great grandmother.
Right.
If that makes sense. So
how do you, I mean, this isn't Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
you know?
that kind of gives me an feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's incestuous. I mean, you could argue it isn't, but you can also argue how it is.
Right.
I like the idea that she really did come from no one of a bloodline, no one of standing, because that's basically part of Ben's storyline. He has been told over and over that he comes from mighty Skywalker blood. So Rey should be his opposite, where she came from no one of dignity. But the Force sensitivity never comes from dignity, or it's never a lineage issue. The Skywalkers were an exception to the rule, not the rule itself. And so I think it's a beautiful refocus that anyone can have the Force and everyone has the Force. It's just as the Force moves, and the purpose of Rey is also to be the encourager of the hero. I truly believe that both Rey and Ben are dual protagonists. We pretty much have carried Rey's story through the monomyth. Now it's Ben's turn to complete his. She's ascended, he has not. And so I believe the rise of Skywalker will be the rise of Ben Skywalker Solo. And we have more to say on that.
We sure do.
We just did a Skywalker Saga podcast that's so long, it will be in 3 parts.
Yay, just like old times.
So you'll hear more about that. But Jared, that was a very detailed question and considerable thought in that. So thank you so much. Darth Revan also has a super chat for us. Did you get that, Luthien?
I'm clicking it right now.
Okay.
Oh, Jared has another super chat. Sorry, thanks. I do love Rey Nobody, and I want that to stay the same, but I don't necessarily want it to happen. Star Wars isn't far from accidental incest. Yeah, they've certainly kind of danced a little close to that line. But I don't think they'll go that route. Again, I think too many people would be put off by it. I think a lot of people would be put off by it. And it wasn't even George Lucas's intention for it to be an incest. Like, he didn't have Leia kiss Luke. They were supposed to be together, and then the test groups were like, no, we want Leia and Han. So he's like, oh, God, I got to switch this up. Yeah, they were going to, at the very end of Return of the Jedi, Luke and Leia were supposed to get married, and Han was supposed to die. And then Return of the Jedi, they were going to introduce the other, Luke's true twin sister. And then they realized, we don't have time for this. Come on, George. So they reworked it. And we're like, oh, there's an awesome, I'll find it. There's an awesome photo of when Luke and Carrie Fisher, not Luke, Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher found out that they were twins in the movie. It is great. I'll be sure to link that after the podcast. Thank you for both super chats. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Darth Revan in the house. Knights of the Old Republic movie, Crossguard, Mandalore, Bane. I say yay. I say yay to all of it. Oh my goodness, Darth Bane would be one intense trilogy. Who do you think could play Darth Bane? Adam Driver. My first thought was Tom Hardy, and I was like, no, been there, done that. Yeah. Oh God, I'd have to really consider that, but oh yeah, I think Knights of the Old Republic is somewhere where they need to go, and I think that will definitely help in the divide. I think people would still be like, oh, Disney shouldn't even touch Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, they should, but I think they should. I think they're really the only studio with the money and the backing enough to head something up like that and it be pretty good. I mean, people can make the argument that different studios could tackle it, but obviously if it's going to happen, it's got to be Disney. So I'm all for it. Thanks for the super chat, Darth Revan. I got to mosey back up into the chat because I'm so behind. This makes sure we hit everyone. I'll tell you who I would like for them to do a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic movie on, and that is Mitra Surik. Because that way you could include Darth Revan, Bastila, Mandalore, the Mandalorian Wars, Malik. I mean, if they did a centric trilogy on the Exile, they can incorporate so many people. Trey, I mean, there's just, and it's such a beautiful story of a female heroine, and a female heroine that is very different than Rey. So you could have these wonderful characters like Revan. I would love to see you on screen, man. I mean, you're glorious. And that way it wouldn't be a Darth Revan movie, but he would be one of the most influential characters on Mitra's life. And she's one of my favorite characters of all time. Sorry. It only makes sense that, I mean, that story is there. That story exists, and it's easily built upon. Like, it can build into something more. I'm down. I'm so down for it. And everyone wants to see it, so it'd only be smart to do it. So, oh, Daisy Johnson said, why Reylo isn't star-crossed is how I found your channel. Oh, loved every video since.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Daisy. Oh.
We had our qualms about that. So there are some times.
If you missed our other live stream, we talked about that a little bit at the end, where I narrated it. Well, we wrote it together, and there's moments where I just stopped writing. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. and Em took over and, of course, did her Emrys thing. And I came back in, and we just worked at it a bit. Like, maybe it'll sound better once I narrate it. And then I narrated it, and I'm like, holy God, this is a Harlequin romance novel in video essay form. And then she put the artwork together. But the way we put it together, I just felt like, do you think people are going to find this just too, like, Lifetime movie-y? Like, oh my God, like, do you think it's too saccharine? And Emrys goes, you know what? No, let's just do it.
You can't go wrong with Shakespeare. You just can't.
Yeah. So we just hit public, and it blew up. It was so good, and I couldn't stop watching it either. It just, but that's the glory of, you don't know until you just hit publicize, and it worked. In the how Emrys put the music all together too, that I chose, just the magic happened. There are so many. We had a lot of subs who found us because of that video. So hats off to that video. It was actually so incredible.
I feel that way about a lot of videos. Like, I push the button and I'm like, oh my goodness, is this going to tank? And yeah, I think most videos I feel that way about. But there are some videos that I wish, there's some videos I wish I could change. One of the goals that we have is I really want to buy some editing software, because right now I'm working on iMovie. I'm working on the bare bones. So that's one of the reasons, like, Luthia and I will have this discussion, and I will give her my vision, and I can't fully give her my vision of what I would like to do, because I don't have the equipment to do it. So that is one thing. That is one of our goals. Is we bought better sound equipment, and hopefully we'll be able to upgrade to better software, so we can really heighten our level of editing. So that's one of the goals of Girls with Sabers.
Yes,
better video edits.
That's why we have a Patreon where the people who feel compelled to give us more legal tender, that really does aid us in saving up to get the equipment we need to continue doing this. It's very, very helpful and very appreciated. All of you, all of the subscribers, no matter if you donate or not, are so special to us. But unfortunately, to continue on, we do need better equipment. But all of you are special, and I want you to know that, whether you give us money or not.
And subscribing helps us. Watching videos helps us. I wasn't necessarily referring to Patreon, which that is a way of helping us. But
but every subscriber and every view and watching or even listening through the end definitely helps. And sharing and definitely liking. YouTube is all about the likes right now. So
please like that button right now. Smash that like button.
71 watching, 43 likes. Totally could do a little better than that.
Yeah, smash it. I hate that we turn this into like a PBS donation marathon. Like, please give to Girls with Sabers right now if you enjoy our programming.
It's so true, though. Malcolm Brooks says, my favorite vid was Ben being represented as the Phoenix. And I also like the Prideful Gentleman because Luthien's comparison of Ben as the Dark Knight. Thank you so much, but I'm going to correct you. That was Emrys, not I, who compared him to the Dark Knight because Batman is Emrys's favorite.
Yes. Well, yeah. He was my first favorite comic book hero that I loved. Like in preschool, I would have fan fiction parties with my friend Susie, and we would act out Batman and Robin comics. That's how far Batman and I go.
Nice.
Preschool.
There's something about a masked caped crusader.
There's something about
Zorro,
a
Batman.
knight.
I mean,
yeah, there's something about a Dark Knight. And I know it's because my father put Vader above my crib as a child. So now I run after a man with a mask. What did you do to me, Dad?
Jordan Davis said, since Lucasfilm pulled out of San Diego Comic-Con, do you think it will go all out for D23?
I think they'll keep, again, gambling metaphor. I think they'll keep their cards to their chest in many ways. I just want to see a few cards in that deck. Like a few cards in your hand, Lucasfilm, please. Especially Kylo Ren. The one thing that we all want.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know anything anymore. Like Jon Snow, I know nothing. I don't even know how to wrap my mind about, could they drop something for D23? Probably.
Yeah.
Could they do it? Yeah. They could totally do it. Could they wait until October for The Lion King? Totally. Totally. I mean, I just don't know anymore. Gabriella, the Red Thread of Endearment is my favorite. Oh my God. That one was a very special one to make for us, Gabriella. I remember when you had that idea, and I just kept gushing. I just remember gushing over it, like, oh my God, I love it. Oh my God, I love what you're doing there. That is one where I'm like, oh, can I just see what you're doing for that? Can I just see what you're doing for that? I love picking the music for everything. But that one was very pretty to listen to.
You know what happens when we write, or what happens when I start writing a piece that people mostly love? Secret Language of Duels, Red Thread of Endearment, Star-Crossed Lovers. All those ideas came from debates or wish debates I had with people online.
Oh, you really want my answer? Boom.
Here's
There's
a video
my answer.
essay. Like, I hated when people were I wanted that word sweetheart, and one day I was like, sweetheart is the red thread. I mean, that's what holds them together. That's what Rey wants to hear, is I'll come back for you. I mean, that's all she's wanted to hear since she was a child. And I still believe those words are going to be spoken to her. If not in the movie, in the book. I mean, Ben Solo has to say that. And for anyone who said, well, she said that, she admitted in the throne room that she said that to herself to comfort herself to sleep. She did, but she also heard it in her force-back vision. She heard it in the woods in a force-back vision, and then she starts running after it, and who appears but one Kylo Ren. So
Deedle D.
And that's the truth.
Yeah. FN1189 says Emrys also has a very sweet voice.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. More psychology series, more monomyth, more divine couple. Luna Rider, Em and Lulu. I love how people are starting to call me Lulu. And that's not sarcastic. I like that. Em and Lulu, you both combined create Star Wars magic in these ASMR videos. It's amazing. I love it.
I love our community's passion. They're just great. Amy Showers came in with a super chat. Thank you so much, Amy. She says, if Ben Solo calls her sweetheart, I will die in the theater. I know I'm on repeat. Girl, I'm on repeat with you.
I'm not joking when I said that they're going to need EMS, like at a Jonas Brothers concert, and how, BTS concert, they're going to need this at the Rise of Skywalker outside. Because so many of us are just going to spontaneously combust and flatline.
You'll be the drummer in Spinal Tap.
Yeah, yes. Oh my God, yes. Oh, now I want to watch Spinal Tap. Okay. People are talking about the different translations coming out now for The Rise of Skywalker. And we've already had a few. In Poland, it's Malcolm Brooks is saying in Poland, it's Skywalker Resurrection.
Yeah, it is.
In Japan, it's Dawn of Skywalker.
Boom. Dawn, new beginnings.
Ben Solo's living, guys. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Speaking of Jungian archetypes, go research the Jungian archetype for Dawn. Or go watch the Girls with Sabers reylo connection commentary with the Vanity Fair update. And you will hear us talk about the Jungian archetype of Dawn. It will blow your mind. It blew our mind when we read it.
I'm still scrolling. I'm so far behind.
I'm trying to find what Daisy Johnson saw on Reddit. What did you see on Reddit, Daisy? What did you see? We received a super chat from JX editor Luthien.
Oh, okay. I'm still very far up.
And we also missed a question from Yova. Yova, I'm so sorry. Repeat the question.
I'm going up. I'm going up. Oh, from Yova, which do you like or love the most? Dark side or light side? Oh, I don't. Oh, Yova.
I think you just broke her, Yova.
Oh, I can't answer that. Oh. My brain. Yova, I'm sorry, I can't answer that.
I think it depends. I think if I were a Force sensitive, I would have to be a Jedi because I definitely lean towards the light. But the dark side is so interesting, as it always is, right? It just has one thing, it has much cooler clothes to be extremely shallow, and but the aesthetic of it is just so awesome. But I think with the dark side, I think you would feel like you were rotting away almost. Very much like the people that succumb to the dark side, like Sidious or Malik or Bane, their body was literally decaying because of the dark side's impact. And I think that's one of those things where when we talk about something dark, it has a mystery, it has an enigma where you want to research and know about it. But the farther you go, the farther its negative effects are on you. So I think the dark side, again, is very interesting, and I love the characters from it. But at the same time, I'd have to go light side because I think too much concentration on the dark side would be toxic for me as a reader.
For people who are saying we missed your questions, I actually hope I didn't. I'm just still way far in this chat, like backed up. So I'm trying to hit every question. Rural Farm Boy, find Star Wars Dexterous in that Twitterverse. He does Star Wars art. Yes, we will search for him. Angela Heavens Huntress, do you think Rey and Kylo will keep up the Force bonds after Crate and up to the Rise of Skywalker 1 year later? Or will the bond go dormant until one of them opens up and talks? That is a very good question, Angela. I think the Force bonds will probably be happening still, but I think they're just going to kind of ignore them. They're going to be both ignoring each other. Because a whole year is a very long time, but I think they'll be so in tuned that they might be able to ignore each other. Now, there might be no Force bonds, and now that a year has happened, the Force has given them both timeouts, room to kind of breathe. Now if the Force bonds have discontinued in the Rise of Skywalker, they're going to come back even like 100 times stronger than they were in The Last Jedi. So I hope that answers your question. If they're still continuing after The Last Jedi up until now, then they're ignoring each other. But if they didn't, then we're going to see them come back, and it's going to be crazy.
Yes, it will.
Yep. Ava Moss says we need to have a Girls with Sabers live tweeting of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be fun?
That would be awesome. We could have a countdown and start it at the same time.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. My thumbs would hurt by the end, but whatever. Jared Montauk, Girls with Sabers are starving puppies who need your money to be in the arms of Padme the Angel.
That'll be our next edit, Laura. I'll do some fan art of us and have Sarah McLachlan's song going.
Arms of the angel, run away from here. I'm done. That gets high for me. I used to be able to hit those notes.
I can sing it. I'm a soprano, but they don't want to hear it.
Sorry, I'm reading more of your.
Did you ever get to JX Editor's super chat?
Probably not. I think I'm getting there.
It says, I'm sorry, JX Editor, we're just kind of going to it. He says, by the way, turns out Tarkin and TK421 might have been a thing. Your opinion on that, friend?
I don't have one.
I don't either.
Yeah.
JKX
thank
Editor.
Thank you for the super chat. I'm kind of indifferent to it.
I am too. Write your opinion and we'll read it out loud because we don't have one.
But thank you so much for the super chat.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, I'd like to read more about Tarkin, but I'm just not as familiar with his the story that surrounds him as much as I probably should be. But I do like him as a character. I always loved how cool and calm he was. Very sinister underpinnings, but I like that. Lycan Broadcasting Network says, Girls with Sabers, considering how the Star Wars fandom has been, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't release anything till October.
Yeah, I can see it being released as a trailer for The Lion King. because that's one of the biggest Disney events. It's right a couple months between the when the movie comes out, so it's a perfect time.
Mm-hmm. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Marketa Torminen? That sounds Finnish. Love your channel. My favorite videos so far are the deep dive into Force Buns and the Vanity Fair update. It gave me full confidence that reylo is happening. Ooh, yeah. Thank you so much. Hope I didn't butcher your name too bad. Ooh, super chat from Allison. Force Buns. Thank you so much for the super chat, Allison.
Malcolm Brooks asked, does anyone think Ben is an intellectual or artistic since the boy does do calligraphy? I think he's both. Calligraphy is, I mean, it's very precisive. We did a whole 2 minutes on the study of calligraphy, I think. But yeah, it's all about angles and precision, and you don't just write when you do calligraphy. Like one letter takes you a minute to do. And I think that shows how meticulous he is. And if you look at the visual dictionary, he did the calligraphy so he could study ancient texts of the Jedi. So to me, that says that he's actually read the ancient texts, and C-3PO couldn't tell Rey what they fully mean. So Rey has to go to a teacher that can interpret and tell her what it means.
Ben Solo. Man, okay. Rural says, Miss Luthi and Miss Emrys, are you prequel generation? We are not. We are original trilogy generation. Hope that answered that. He also asked, are you in your late 20s?
We're not going to answer our age. So
no. I'm just going to say we are not in our 20s.
We were introduced to the Star Wars world by the original trilogy. So we're original trilogy girls.
Still scrolling. Valerie McDonald says, try reading Pilgrim by Timothy Finley. Has Carl Jung as a character in the book. I did a paper in my English honors class on it, and it led me in weird places. I can imagine.
Yeah.
I've had zilch time to read, but I will put that on my list that is quite long. But thank you for that, Valerie.
Oh, Westminster Abbey is back. I haven't seen you in so long. Westminster Abbey, welcome to our chat again.
Hi, Westminster. Kate Garcia says, you know BTS? Oh, heart attack. Now, I'm going to talk a little BTS for a second. I was introduced, like many of America, to BTS when they performed on SNL. And I was beholden to them. I went, oh my God, look at their moves. Look at what they're doing. I mean, that's all so synchronized, and they're all so beautiful. And oh my gosh, they rap too. It was, I mean, Boy with Love has got to be the greatest boy band song I've ever heard. And I was an NSYNC girl. So, yeah, that was just, it's so catchy. And even people who don't even know who BTS is heard that song were like, oh, okay, I like this. But there's something about the dude with the pink hair, can't remember his name, but I was like, oh, and every time he stuck his hand in his pocket and was rocking back and forth, I'm like, I'm about this. And I look over at my husband, I'm like, hey, are you watching this? And he's asleep. I'm like, oh, it's for the best. And I'm just like chilling. And then I went online and YouTubed it and like rewatched it like 8 or 9 times. I couldn't stop myself. Like, this is so catchy. And then they did their next song, and I fell in love with them again. So yeah, I know who BTS is. And then I showed my sister, and she's like, oh my God, this is actually really, really good. And then she probably didn't watch it again like I did, but that's fine.
FN1189 gave us a wonderful super chat in Gaelic.
Thank you.
It's Harry's game. You hear that mostly in Patriot games with Harrison Ford, and it's a beautiful song. You haven't heard it, go listen to it. It is very much of a ASMR song. If you need to go to sleep, you just kind of melt right into that song.
Louise VR says, oh, thank you for the super chat. Louise VR says, what do you think will happen if Disney gets scared and doesn't do Reylo? I will definitely be very disappointed. I don't think they'll get scared and not do it, because they've, just like they've hinted with Palpatine, that Palpatine was something that they envisioned from the start. Reylo is what they've envisioned from the start. So I think there are certain things in the film that will be retconned, but they will not get rid of Reylo.
I think people, I understand people are scared, and sometimes I will admit I get a little scared too. But I also think that it all depends if they can make people fall in love with Ben Solo. It all depends on if they can see the transformation. Like, if you didn't know the Beast and what happens in Beauty and the Beast, and you saw this lovely woman being trapped in a castle with this horrible beast, you would think that she could never fall in love with him. And we're seeing that from that kind of perspective. We're seeing the story with that mystery. Because right now, Kylo or Ben Solo is wearing a costume. He's wearing a beastly costume around him to hide his true self. And I think once the audience sees Ben Solo, then they're going to be like, yeah, he needs to live. And yeah, he can be with Rey. So it all depends upon how J.J. Abrams will transform that character in front of all of us. And what gives me a lot of hope is Adam Driver was interviewed at the BAFTAs. And he said, and this is Adam Driver, that he was very excited for The Rise of Skywalker to come out. And I don't think Adam Driver says anything like that. He usually doesn't words like excited, and he usually doesn't grin ear from ear. When he talks about Star Wars, he kind of like robots down, so he won't spoil anything. But I think we have a lot to look forward to with The Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm. FN1189 sent another super chat and translated that lyric from Gaelic. So, I will go east and go west to the places from whence came the moon and the sun. The moon and the sun will go, and the young man with his reputation behind him.
That is so...
That smells like an ASMR.
That smells like Ben Solo is what it smells like.
Yeah, it does. Angela Heavens Hunter says, does this mean Luke will come back, or will Ben die and be resurrected?
Oh.
I think we'll see Luke. I think we will see Luke as a Force ghost, but I think the very definition of a Force ghost is going to be redefined. Like, what can they do? What can they not do? I think some of that will be a little retconned. I think we'll see Force ghosts fighting like we've never seen before, because this is an all-around, all-out war, is what John Boyega said at the beginning of the year. Episode 9 is going to be all-out war, and that means war in the spiritual realm as well. And Ben is not going to die. Kylo Ren will die, and Ben Solo will be resurrected from him, from that shell. Phantom Siren says, I was at the movies today and heard an employee say they got a shipment marked Star Wars Skywalker.
Oh my
goodness.
Hope
that means we'll be getting the full trailer soon. Oh my God.
I wonder if they're starting to sell merchandise.
I wonder if it's just going to be like promos, like big what are they called?
Stand up, some posters and things.
Yeah, posters. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
I talked movie.
Oh my god, I just lost everything.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm coming back up, guys. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Fanboys can get lost. Just saw that for a hot second.
I say not fanboys, just the ones that are hateful.
Yes.
Fanboys can be awesome too. We have some of those here.
You don't realize how far back you are in the chat until you gotta go back up. Oh, Dale Erdman in the house. I just woke up.
Hey,
that was
Dale.
A while ago, but hey, Dale.
Hey, Dale. Okay, people were asking for that interview that I referred to with Adam Driver. Here is the link. And I'm going to put the link in the main comments so you guys can have it and stay here with us for the live chat. But the BAFTA interview will be in the main comments of this video.
You guys, again, if we missed your question, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to hit everyone. I'm so backed up in this chat because I'm trying not to miss anyone. Okay.
Centennial Maniac says, you guys still doing a collab with Duback Discussion? We would love to do a collab with Duback. So we hope he sends us a message.
Yeah, that did fall through a bit. But yeah, hopefully we will get back together and collab with him. They're busy guys, we're busy girls. Island Dolphin says, I hope Ben takes the name Skywalker alone or hyphenated with Solo, since Solo is a made-up name from the Empire.
Oh, I refuse that piece of canon. Just downright. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Yeah. Okay. Still reading.
Do you all have any questions where we look back and make sure that we answer questions?
Jordan Davis said, are you going to play the new Star Wars game Star Wars game Jedi Fallen Order? When I get the time. I mean, I have not been able to read a book or play a video game much at all. Summer is a humongous busy time for me. So it's taking all of me just to get our content together and plan out the month with Emrys. So hopefully down the road I'll be able to play it.
I don't have a console, and so if it doesn't come out on Mac, I won't be able to play it. So all my video game playing is on my MacBook Pro. And that is very little. So you Mac people know, Mac is not good for gaming. Carissa says, has anyone seen The Dead Don't Die? I watched it just for Adam, LOL. I can't decide if I love or hate the movie for all the rules it broke, LOL. Hey, yeah, I haven't seen it, and I would love to hear your opinions on it in the comments. That would be really fun to hear people. Just no spoilers, please. No spoilers.
It's not playing anywhere near me. Like, we'd have to drive like 35, 40 minutes to go see it, which, I mean, it's Adam Driver. We're totally down to do that. But plus I loved me some Bill Murray. Again, one does not have time to drive 40 minutes. So, I don't know. We'll see. I do want to see it. I just wish it was playing closer to me. I mean, we'd really have to make a day of driving 40, 45 minutes away to see it. Centennial Maniac says, I think that Ben will be trying to reach Rey and she will be shutting him out. Maybe she'll let him in when Leia dies.
I think that might happen. I think the Force is going to be the decision maker on that. personally. Like, they both didn't want to have Force bonds in The Last Jedi, but the Force made them have Force bonds. And so I'm just like, the Force is the matchmaker, and they're like, okay, you two, it's time to make up.
Yeah. Oh, God bless you, Adam Musgrove. He goes, so are we going to talk about the Kylo Ren interview? My favorite series was The Psychology of Kylo Ren, but I love that you guys went for it and made something just for fun. I was wondering if anyone was going to bring up the Kylo Ren interview. That was born out of a joke, and we just ran with it.
Yeah.
It was certainly fun to do. The majority of our subs at the time loved it. Some people just felt like, what the heck did I just listen to? I don't think we will do anything like that again personally. It does stray really far away from what we do. But that doesn't mean we're not going to collaborate on something with our buddy at Chat. That is his wheelhouse. And I don't know. I'm gonna say I had a lot of fun doing that Kylo Ren interview. But
Yeah.
we might bring him back for a spell. He might not get a full show, a full interview, but we might bring him back.
Do you remember how we were inspired by that?
I don't even remember. I know I was joking around.
We found an app, remember?
Yeah.
And then we so discovered that Kylo can sing Smart Kitty, Little Ball of Fur from the Big Bang Kitty, Little Kitty. Yeah.
Emrys was feeling poorly one day, and I had found the app, and she said, "Oh, I love when cats purr." And then I was sending her stuff through Facebook Messenger, because you can use the app and send it off, like share it through, different channels. So I just did Soft Kitty, and she just lost her mind.
I lost it. And then I lost it more because Kylo started flirting with me, and then I couldn't function. It broke me.
Kylo was not flirting. He was just being himself.
No. And then I loved Kylo karaoke. That was awesome too.
Oh yeah, that Kylo drove home from work with me and started belting out tunes that were on the radio, specifically reylo tunes, as in, some wonderful 80s hair metal. And yeah. But Adam, thank you so much for saying that you loved that video. I had a lot of fun with that one.
I found the files, Luthien.
Oh my God! I can't believe you found that.
I found the original Happy Kitty recording. Would you guys like for me to play it for you? Hands up. We almost did this. We almost did this introduction. Come on. Don't break up.
I can take whatever I want.
Oh my God.
Hello, Galaxy. This is your supreme leader, Kylo Ren, and you are listening to Girls with Sabers.
Oh my God. That was so long ago. That, I can take whatever I want. I nailed that. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And you are listening to Girls with Sabers. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you don't, I will show you the dark side.
Oh my God.
This is happy kitty.
Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr.
That was just.
Oh my God. That's the best I did that. Too.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I'm out of time here.
I can play. Yep. I have more.
Yep.
I have more.
Spoilers. Luthien played Kylo.
Sorry, friend. I'm just. All right. Let's see. I think here's the other intro. Oh, here's some saying peace, love, and reylo.
Peace, love, and reylo. That's right, reylo. I am a reylo shipper, if you couldn't tell already. I'm kind of emotionally invested in that.
Again, seriously, flying by the seat of my pants.
We had way too much fun.
Invested in reylo. Oh my God.
Yeah, if anyone has 3D animation abilities, like I said, I'm on iMovie, but if you have After Effects or something, that'd be awesome.
Oh, Elvis said my favorite video is all of them. Oh.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Ava says, can we talk about how the fanboys are just now starting to believe in reylo and taking credit for it?
Oh, gosh.
No, we can't.
Oh, that's my reaction right there.
Struck down Emrys.
If you want to know how to break me, that's what we can talk about.
Here's what I'm going to say. The fact that so many are getting on board with it and, quote unquote, taking credit for it, all of us know the truth. And let them have it. I mean, what is it worth to exhaust our energy to go, no, you're wrong, blah, 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 blah. It sucks. It's hurtful. It's like, come on, guys, like, jump on the bandwagon, that's fine, but don't take credit for it. I don't know. I could exhaust myself for days talking about people jumping on this wagon, and it's exhausting. So the bright side of that is the fact that so many are jumping on it, which at the end of the day, it's just validation, more validation for us that they see it and they know it's going to be the end goal, the end objective. And I don't know, that's more gratifying to me, is that all these so-called naysayers are now jumping on board. It's like, well, because they can't deny it any longer. So I don't like that they're taking credit for it, but I do like that it's just validation that, hey, this is what it is.
I think it's the frustration has many layers to it.
Yes, it does.
One is just the mockery and the mudslinging about reylos and who they are and what they like. And I mean, there was some foul things said about reylos. So that's one layer. The second layer is that most of the reylos who were analyzing things and talking about the literary allusions, the mythological allusions, the things that we do on our channel and others, was mainly from the female fandom. And it just felt like we were unheard. And I think that that is frustrating to me is, I mean, I think that's one of the things that you can push my buttons on. I'm not, I don't get angry easily. But the one thing that really pushes my buttons is when people don't listen or half listen or tell you you're wrong, and then they take credit once it comes out and is proven that you were proven right all along. I think that's an integrity issue, not just a pride on the reylo's part, but it's also an integrity issue of they should say, hey, this theory does not belong to us. There have been reylos from so many, years who have discussed this, and hey, they were right. And to me, I mean, you can be a reylo and you can aboard the ship at any time. I mean, come on, rejoice. It's reylo. It's fun. Glad you're here. But there's another thing than taking no responsibility for some of the fractions that you caused in our community, when we should have just listened to each other and exchanged ideas. I don't fault anyone who wasn't a reylo during The Force Awakens or during The Last Jedi. I mean, because we all have levels of fandom. We all need to learn from each other. My issue is, why just admit that you were wrong, and why did you not listen to us in the first place? And I think that's what upsets me about it. I'm sorry if that was strangely put, but that is my frustration.
I just want to point out, I was really close in pronunciation of Marquita's name, but I pronounced the last name correctly, and she said it is Finnish. So I was right there.
Yeah.
That felt good.
In fact, Yova talked about peace and love and reylo. That was actually one of the things that we said to each other when the toxic fan community would get to us. We'd just be like, peace, love them anyway. Reylo. Think about reylo. It's all good.
Peace, love, reylo. I always think of James Earl Jones' character in Field of Dreams, where he's talking to Kevin Costner's character when he goes and finds him, and he's like, "You're a pacifist." He's like, "Crap." It's like getting ready to like beat him with a crowbar to like get out of his house, and he goes, "Peace, love, dope. Now get the hell out of here." That's like the first thing that flew through my mind. It's awkward now. All right, moving on. Like random movies popping through my head.
Did you answer FN1189's super chat, Luthien? He asked thoughts on Kerry Russell's interview regarding the rise of Skywalker. Thank you so much, FN1189. I'm not sure. The last Kerry Russell interview I heard was the one where she talked about how her character has this super costume and she loves it. And I heard she cried during one interview, but I'm not sure if I am up to date on that. Do you know, Luthien?
Nope, I don't. I haven't watched any interviews because I'm trying to. First, I don't have time. Second, I kind of don't because I want to be a little bit surprised. So I can't help anyone when it comes to interviews.
We try to keep up with as much as we can.
I'm trying. I'm still. Malcolm says, all I know is Ben better smile in 9. Truth. Oh, Arminda, I don't believe you got to my question, but could you guys speak more on Palpatine? How you believe he's involved in this? Did he create Anakin? Where to begin? Arminda, that's a good question, but it's so loaded.
Palpatine did create Anakin. That is now canon.
Canon, yeah.
I believe it's Darth Vader. It's either issue 25 or 28, but they now made it canon that Palpatine did create Anakin for his purposes. And these panels are creepy. It shows Shmi and the Force, and then you have Palpatine his hands surrounding and going around her belly. And it's just, it's awful.
Yeah, we are going to touch upon this in some upcoming podcasts, so I don't want to give the answer totally, but yeah, that's how I'm going to answer that question. We're going to touch on it in a bit of upcoming videos, but just like the Force can be manipulated for evil, no one is more powerful than the Force, even Sidious, even Palpatine. So even though it was manipulated to create Anakin, there are bigger things working here than Palpatine. And the Force will heal itself through Ben and Rey. That's all I'm going to say about that, but thank you so much for your question.
Hey, Dell said that was actually interpreted wrong.
What was interpreted wrong?
That she's already pregnant in the comic. And then Lucasfilm, Daisy Johnson said, no, Lucasfilm said that was interpreted wrong.
Oh.
So, that should put a lot of people's minds at ease.
Even better. No matter what, no matter if Palpatine created Anakin or not, just like I said, things can happen with such evil intentions, but the Force isn't evil and it will correct this down the line. But yeah. Thanks for letting us know that was misinterpreted.
Yeah, thank you. Because those panels were creepy.
Sorry, just going down, and I lost it. Oh, I hate when that happens. Okay.
Angela Heavens Huntress said Carrie Russell's character looks like a Power Ranger, and I need to find all these interviews where I can find them. I don't know where you can find them. FN1189 asked that question, so he would be a good, reliable source. But as her costume looks like a Power Ranger, it looks very Mandalorian to me. And that makes me excited because since the beginning of our podcast, Luthien has had a theory that Carrie Russell is Rey's mom, or now it's kind of evolved to the fact that she could be her sister. And now we know Carrie Russell cried during The Rise of Skywalker. So we need to ask ourselves, what could compel her to cry? If she is Rey's sister, and that is Mandalorian armor, that means that Rey could possibly be a Mandalorian, and that would excite me to no end.
Man, I'm trying to get back up in the chat because I got lost, and now it won't. And now won't let me go any farther. Oh my God, no.
Daisy Johnson has some good, more clarification on that comic. She was already pregnant, full terms. Palp stirs darkness like a curse in the womb. Shows why Anakin struggles with the dark. Maybe Kylo has the same curse. That's really interesting because if you read Aftermath, it talks about the same thing. That Leia, when she was pregnant with Ben, that Ben and Leia were tormented during that time. Like there was one part where Leia feels a hand wrapped around her mouth and she tries to scream, but she can't. So if Palpatine can manipulate and hurt Anakin in the womb, then that can be more proof that it might have been Palpatine who also manipulated Ben in the womb. What do you think, Luthien?
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
It's been a very trying day for both of us. I know we say girls with struggles and we mean it every time, but if it seems like we're having a hard time, we are. So please just bear with us. Give us plenty of grace and mercy because, yeah, it's been a loaded day.
Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up.
Angela asked, was it Palpatine or Snoke for Ben? It kind of makes I think in Aftermath, I always thought it was Snoke because she makes the statement that it curls around, that it makes her feel, it kind of uses words that are associated with a snake-like movement. So I always assumed that it was Snoke, but that was before the Rise of Skywalker trailer came out and we heard Palpatine's laughter. So I think we're going to have to wait and see. Was Palpatine influencing Snoke? Was Snoke just a shell and Palpatine was living through him like an acolyte? There's all those questions that beg to be answered. So it could be Snoke was just doing the same thing, or it could have been Palpatine who was stirring up dark side in them both. Yeah, Centennial Music said maybe Palpatine influenced Snoke to influence Ben. That is exactly right. There's a lot of mystery about Snoke and how Snoke arose and how the First Order arose, and I think we won't fully know until we see the Rise of Skywalker and we see how much Palpatine's role in all of this. Was he merely, I think we won't know until we see the movie. Kaylin Moore said, hey girls, your videos are amazing and they're perfect at feeding my newly found reylo obsession. When do you think Rey and Ben's relationship will start in The Rise of Skywalker? Beginning, middle, or at the end? Kaylin, thank you. I mean, welcome to the ship, friend.
Welcome.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm finally caught up.
I hope their relationship starts at the very beginning because we need lots and lots of scenes of Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley together. What say you, Luthien?
Yes. I think middle. I think it'll start at the middle. They've been apart for a long time. I think we'll see it in the middle. Truly come together in the middle because they're going to need. We've been away from them for a long time. They've been away from each other a long time. We're going to need to see this ultimate build up, and in order to get this build up, we need to see Ben Solo's past.
Oh yeah,
and Rey
definitely.
needs to find out about Ben Solo's past. We need this come together of scene, of sight, and yeah, I think it's going to happen in the middle.
Ooh.
Because we also want this buildup of, yes, they're together, but then we need the possibility of, oh my God, are they going to be kept apart? They're going to freaking yank our hearts out.
Yeah. But I don't want to wait till the very middle of the movie to see them together. I need a lot of
I think they're going to be together. I think they're going to be together as in like the same scenes a lot, but I think they're going to come together in the middle.
Yeah, I see that. Ooh, Centennial Maniac has an awesome observation. In The Force Awakens, yeah, they met at 1:17, and The Last Jedi, they touched hands at 1:17. Oh my gosh! But that means we would have to an hour. Yeah, 17. But that's the timestamp. So I hope that means we have to wait an hour for them to.
Oh, but it's gonna be so worth it.
Oh gosh.
It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
I'm sorry, I'm impatient.
You can't handle it so much. We're gonna go for probably another 10 minutes, guys. Wah wah wah.
So
if we have not gotten to your question, I'm finally caught up in this chat. But if we have not gotten, if we haven't gotten to a question, I promise I haven't been drinking. If we haven't gotten to a question, please write it again. We're going to go for about 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
I did just scroll past the part where everyone liked my Kylo Ren edition. They
loved it. That's why I kept on playing it.
Some people's like, oh, is that Anna Chad? And I'm like, no, that's all Luthien.
Well, I wanted to keep the mystery of who it could be.
I don't care. I don't care if they know it's me.
Because
you have the one where I said, oh, but it comes with a price. That one was funny.
I have to look.
Yeah.
I mean, I have more of them, but if they're not properly edited, I don't want to play them.
Oh, truth. Oh, Alex says, can we talk about the beatdown Ben is going to put on Sidious?
Oh
my God, you guys. Oh, don't worry, Valerie. I'm not tipsy. I don't drink, so that was a hiccup of exhaustion. We are going to see Ben freaking Solo, the strongest we have ever seen him. I think the stopping the blaster bolt midair, certain other things we've seen, that's just the tip of the iceberg of how powerful he really is. I would love to see him completely and utterly take down Sidious and finish what his grandfather started and frickin' kill that SOB.
Oh gosh, it will be glorious. Think about this. If they show that little snippet of him taking down a Knight of Ren, how much else is in store for us in seeing Kylo Ren's powers? And that's just like in his dueling and fighting. They've got to show him at full force. I remember when the first little leaks came out, and of course, take the leaks with a grain of salt, but it talked about how we will see lightsaber dueling like we've never seen it before. And I cannot wait for that. I'm as excited as that about a reylo babies getting together. And I can't believe I admitted that, but it's true.
I'm so excited.
If you know,
that's how old we are.
If you know what Luthien just referenced, put that down below and we will give you 5 Girls with Sabers stars. I don't know what those mean, but we'll give them to you.
FN1189 says, I would love to contribute to a future ASMR vid one day.
Ooh.
Oh, I think that might have to happen. Colleen Falk says, have you heard the song Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair?
Oh, I love that song.
Adore it. It's an old Irish-Scottish song. Reminds me of Kylo Ren. Best version, I agree with this, is by Nina Simone. I agree with that.
I have to get back to you on that. There's a lot of versions that I love.
Yep. Luna Rider, Saved by the Bell. Ding, 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 ding. Oh. Yeah, I'm caught up. I'm caught up on this chat. Oh.
What I would love. Oh, Luthien, I just had an idea for our next ASMR. Okay. What I always, the black is the color, my love string of black is the color, made me think of Lord Byron's poem, She Walks in Beauty Like the Night, which is my favorite poem that Lord Byron ever wrote. And isn't that Kylo Ren? If we change the pronouns from she to the masculine gender, isn't that Kylo?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to say it here, but I just got an idea. It just came to me. And I'm going to tell you off the air.
Okay.
Because I don't want to spoil it. Sorry, everyone. Oh my God. All right, that's it, folks. Bye. Oh my God.
Oh, I love Lady of Shalott. Oh, Valerie McDonald says, I'm a Tennyson fan. Lady of Shalott. I love Lady of Shalott too. And if you love Lady of Shalott, you have to go listen to Lorena McKennett's version of Lady of Shalott, the song. She puts that whole poem into a song. Well, she takes out a few stanzas, but it is beautiful. It is a beautiful rendition of it. She also does The Highwayman, which is a wonderful version of that song too. But yeah, go listen to Lorena McKennett. Even if you are a Celtic music fan, go listen to Lorena McKennett. She goes old school, traditional instruments.
I finally, after 20 plus years of pining after that woman, I finally was able to see her live.
What?
It was a bucket list seeing her live, and her voice is still so amazing. She is perfect in every way. And I cried throughout that. I don't know how I didn't dehydrate myself, but I cried through that whole concert. And she did Lady of Shalott, she did The Highwayman, of course she did the Mummers Dance, but so many other songs. I'm just like, oh my God. And then she did this song, I don't know if she did Never Ending Road. That's not what it's called. It might be Never Ending Road. But anyway, she did Dante's Prayer.
I love that one too.
And oh my God, bawling. And she's so special to me because she's one of the artists that my husband and I first bonded over when we started dating. And I can't remember, we didn't bring her up, but I was looking at his CD collection and I saw Lorena McKennitt and I was like, oh my God, you like Lorena McKennitt? And he goes, yeah, I love Lorena McKennitt. And I just went, done, we're married. Like, in my mind, we're already married. And it was only maybe like a couple weeks. And but he always said at my funeral, if I go first, I want you to play Dante's Prayer.
Oh.
So anytime I hear that song, I'm just like, oh my God. And
yeah.
it's even more special because he when he said this to me, and I remember remembering the song, it made me think of my grandfather, and I'm just like, oh my God, it's so special. So seeing Lorena McKenna with my husband was just pure magic. And speaking of pure things, who just said it? Where did it go? Oh, someone just brought up pure moods, and I can't find it.
FN1189 brought up pure moods.
Oh, why didn't you retract it?
Riverdance came on the TV, and I just sat as close to that screen as possible, and I was just memorized. And I know it sounds weird, but like I knew those were my people somehow.
Yeah, so, you just have this ancestral call home.
I know that
it's like
sounds...
hearing the bagpipes.
I know.
A lot of people don't like bagpipes, and they're a Middle Eastern. They have Middle Eastern origins, but I hear a bagpipe and I feel called home. It's so otherworldly and spiritual and indescribable. It's ASMR, really. My whole body
just stands up straight, and that's how I felt. So I started taking Irish dancing, and I took hard shoe and soft shoe. I was an Irish slip jig dancer. And my granddad came up to me, and my granddad is like this farm boy, very rustic, very put your dirty boots on the table, let's play some poker and drink some beer kind of guy. And he came up to me and hugged me and cried and said, I heard you're taking Irish dance lessons, and you have no idea how proud I am of you. And I was just a bit taken aback because I never saw my granddad cry before. And he said, my mother was Irish. And he's like, that just makes me so proud. And so I told my dad this. My dad didn't even know Granny was Irish. And so, and, of course, I've done the Ancestry 23andMe, and like 67% of me is Scottish Irish. It's amazing. And like my heart and my ears knew before my head did.
Yep, exactly. Angela Heaven Sancho said, I love Loch Lomond, and I remember playing that on the violin for my grandfather, who was Scottish ancestry, definitely. I mean, Montgomery, hello.
Yeah.
But he loved it, and it was just something I was really glad that I learned on the violin and I played for him. I hated playing in front of people, but I was actually really to learn that song and play it for him, and he just had a proud look on his face. So anyway, that's it.
Oh,
it was so good.
Amy,
okay, last super chat.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Super chat. She says, Yova, Girls with Sabers, hour 17, reylo kiss T-shirt for the Rise of Skywalker. Oh,
I love that. I love that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I love that too. Thanks for letting us know. Yeah, Angela. Oh my God, I hate playing in front of people. Piano's different. Piano, I can sit down and play for people, but violin, I hated playing in front of people, even though I was in orchestra and I guess power in numbers. But yeah,
I play piano too, and I have a hard time playing it in front of people.
All right, on that note, we're gonna leave you guys. But we'll leave you with this thought. Kaylin says, thoughts on reylo babies and children? It's happening.
Yes.
It's happening. We're gonna get the reylo babies. Reylo babies flying through the galaxy with both their parents. And that's the tea.
It is.
Yep.
Peace, love, and reylo.
Yep.
May the force be with you. Sorry. Go ahead, Fred.
Peace, love, and reylo. You said it first. I was just going to say the same exact thing in the same exact order. So. You guys, thank you so much for being here with us for our 1 year anniversary part 2, celebrating the 1 year anniversary of our very first video. And hope we hit everyone's questions. Thank you all for your questions and your love and your support. And oh, someone said give Milo a scratch for me. He's right next to me right now, which I can't stand because it's hot. He's a little furnace. But anyway, everyone, thank you so much. And stay tuned. So much more in store for you guys. So many more videos. We love you so much. And thank you.
Yes, thank you all.
Bye.